We're going to a lake. We're going to a lake. Did I show the fit off? I don't think I did. You show part of the fit. You show part of the fit. And even though he already kind of told you twice that we are heading to a lake, we're heading to this lake to catch some sights, get some fresh air, and to speak on a dream. And also, do me one big favor, handsome, that's on the screen. You're a little too close. I'm gonna need you to back up. Thank you. Anyways, let's move forward. But now we are on our way to our destination. Not really much of a bad drive getting there, but oh my gosh, the sun was beaming heavy to my face. And I mean, although it was a disadvantage at first, but of course it was to my benefit. You've seen the eyes and the skin. But let me chill. We love the sun, of course. It helps us glow and grow like all the other life that gains from its rays. Let me continue. And not going to lie, I was being a little risky recording and taking some pictures on the road. The sun was looking beautiful that day, and it was also part of the reason why or I guess the main reason why I was distracted and had missed my exit the first time. When I was going down there, I mean, I had seen flashing lights and I thought it was over because I had already got a ticket not that long ago. The dude that got pulled over though, even a cop car, it looked like they were out of some like Need for Speed type shit. I wasn't able to see it for the first time or record it for the first time, but on my way back when I had to loop around the oncoming side, it looked like a car that I would drive. I'm not gonna lie, it looked tough. Once I had finally got there into the park, I was heading first to a familiar spot, but a couple by the water, they were together sharing a moment, so I didn't want to ruin that beautiful moment for them. And that brought me to a part of the lake in which I have not, been before. Besides that, I always felt like birds were something that I would always look at birds as symbolism. I always like the idea of wings or being like free as a bird, those kinds of sayings. I feel like because you're above ground, you are flying, you're free. You're not bound by gravity, because you just have the ability to move freely pretty much anywhere you would like, and that's one of those things that I think about when I think of birds. I'm just like, you guys can go anywhere at any time. It's the only thing that's stopping the bird is either an injury or just however long they want to stay in a certain location. I mean, they normally move around due to climates and weather and all that, or they just want to have like a different place for a nest. Maybe one place isn't suitable anymore, but being able to fly and being able to go to the next destination very freely is something that I admire from a bird. And very recently, very much so, just like this kind of stage in life that I'm in, am I looking through so much more around me in such a different lens. Personally, I like to make a lot of connections from real life to nature. I feel like that's what nature is for, and our bodies are nature. We get to learn more about the nature of ourselves and the environment around us just from our bodies alone, in weird ways that we are connected to it within our biology, and even our relationship with water, and how we can also metaphorically, figuratively make connections of the relationships of either like like kind of like emotional relationships, emotional connections, attachments, and how water can kind of represent if you're drowning, if you're sinking, if you are walking on the water, if you are, it kind of represents your stand and control over, not control. Well, yeah, I guess I can kind of say control. It's more like you have more of an understanding. You are standing your ground and understanding your emotions so much more, instead of opposed of just falling in the water and drowning within yourself. And we as people are very emotionally can be fluid. Not everything is so predictable. We can be very chaotic as well, and we can think about the situations we're in, but being able to adapt to certain situations that can trigger you emotionally, or can kind of rile you up. You are making a stand on what can essentially take you down, and you can definitely be suffocating by your own thoughts. And when I think about fluidity and the nature of water, and how that is with a relationship with ourselves, I always think about about Bruce Lee, and how he talked about, becoming the cup, and how the cup shape, no matter the cup shape, well, water becomes that shape. And if you can shape your mind, then the volume of your own mind, your fluidity, your thoughts, your emotions, it can become that shape. And that's why you always have to I always think about being careful, especially with myself, like especially more now, how important every thought is, and just being mindful about how the things that I say out loud about myself, or even if I were to even think about something by another person, I always try to come from an area of understanding, and not wanting to just jump to conclusion. And just we should definitely be more encouraging to ourselves and other people to try and make better understandings of each other. But I guess now that we're making our way back to the first place that we wanted to go to, I should be able to now begin, if I can get this book open, where I had written about this dream and how I felt about it. Speaking of birds, even when I was speaking on earlier, in this shot, I'm pretty sure hopefully I can edit it to put whatever I'm saying properly to what is happening, at least for this part. But I believe it is a stork that flies by, but it was a great angle that I was able to capture, and it flew by just as I was about to go back to the origin point in which I wanted to start the video off first. But y'all let me know what that bird is. But now we're about to head into that dream that I was talking about. Let's head into this dream. A dream, nobody to somebody. I was at my house, and I'm not sure where in the house I was, but that detail, wherever I was in the house, is kind of irrelevant, just to the general fact that I just felt like I was being antagonized. It was some random guy I never met in my life. This is just the antagonist of the dream. But I assume in the dream sense, it was a manifestation of the potential outside negative forces that felt familiar, of being kind of like pushed around negatively mentally. In this dream, I was being verbally and physically pushed around, and it reminded me of how I used to feel when I was a younger boy. Feeling inferior, feelings of cowardice for myself, feeling weak and incapable. Once this negative manifestation finally finished tormenting me, I was in my room, furious, sad, and feelings familiar to how I would respond. Kind of like just feeling stuck, not being able to, just being upset that you just feel like you just can't do anything about it. Like you just don't feel like you can do anything. Stuck and trapped in my thoughts of potential actions that could have taken place, either of retaliation or plots of that nature that never were able to take place. A person dear to me opened the door and was basically telling me that sometimes you have to accept that some people are just superior to you, and you have to submit. And at first I was listening, just to tell me, like, sometimes you just gotta let these people just have their way, just people just best you. And at first, like I said, I was listening, but deep inside I'm recognizing, even in the dream, like, this is bullshit. Like, whatever I'm listening to is bullshit. There will be no power against me and my mind with the intention to destroy how I feel about myself. I was appalled at what I was hearing. I wasn't only upset at the torment, but also from what I was hearing from this person dear to me. It felt like I was being held back. With audible frustration and pain and conviction, did I declare, no more will I allow this self-inflicted cycle of inner suffrage take place anymore. I just remember, even in the dream, I was crying out with different volumes increasing, and I will no longer allow the ways in which outside forces infect my own image. No longer will I be encouraging the defeat and the descent of my own darkness. You are a wielder of fire, and you must protect that fire from the unpredictable weather of life. No matter your condition of what you have physically in your life, you must not measure yourself nor your greatness conditionally. You are somebody right now. And for the rest of this video, I'm kind of just gonna like freestyle after I had spoken on what I had already written from that that journal entry of myself in that dream, and how, like I said, I keep saying this, confirmation of who I am as a person, who I think I am, because it is very much important. Who you think you are is who you are. You must think with positive vibes, positive energy. You must think that you are strong. You must think that you are powerful. You should not tolerate disrespect from yourself or outside forces. It doesn't mean that you being disrespected, you're supposed to put hands on people, because true respect and integrity will you be able to handle things as if they just didn't fucking exist. People can say whatever the fuck they want. People can say whatever they want. It's important to know who you are as a person. Truly in your heart, when you speak from the heart and when you do things from the heart, are you truly at peace? And when you feel like these things, these outside forces can take a play in your own story and how you are representing yourself, this is something that you must defend. You must defend your heart. You must defend your flame. Like I said, the unpredictable weathers of life, there will be all kinds of trials and tribulations. It is very much important not to measure yourself by other people's or the conditions that you were brought up in, your circumstances, whatever. You must work with what you have. You must work with what you got. And however success may look, you must not compare yourself to other people, because everything in this world is relative. Even success, even the only truth is that how you can view yourself, how you can love yourself, and what you do with that. Will you share it with other people? Will you share it with yourself? But make sure that you protect that, because it is very much a power. It is a passion. You must not let that go. You have to keep pushing to better your understanding of who you are, and not to get lost in the labyrinth of darkness, because there are different paths and they all change. I would even say calculated. It's not even calculated. These kinds of paths, these kind of things, these changes in different angles are just going to happen naturally. The best thing you can do is adapt and keep your head up high and keep looking forward. Keep looking towards that light. Keep looking towards that sun. Keep looking towards anything that you look towards. Whatever your belief is, you must believe in yourself, and you must believe that in which believes in you. So it's very much important to love. It's very much important to love yourself. And like I said, you are somebody right now. It doesn't matter. You don't have to be famous to say that you are somebody. You do not have to have millions of dollars to think that you are somebody. You need to look in the mirror and be who you are going to be in that which you already are. You already are that you are becoming, and it's important to sustain that belief in yourself. You must be untouchable in a sense that other people cannot penetrate your own belief system, your own belief. And please do share these messages. I'll talk to you next time, and I'll definitely upload. I'm trying to upload probably like once a week. I don't know. I kind of procrastinate. I kind of like when ideas come to me and different topics come to me. I like to write about them. So whenever I do write about them, I'll definitely share it with you guys. So until next time, see you guys next time. Peace.